I got a 5-gallon bucket idea. There's my live well. There's the adding a waterproof fitting to a 5-gallon bucket, and I got an extra one. And I got an idea. Let me show you what I'm into. What is up, JT Resident Dog Fishing? Welcome back to the channel. Got a DIY project. The last video I told you, next time I go out, all I'm using is fly rods. Well, the problem is on my Gnu, there's a lot of stuff. The trolling motor bracket, the handles from the trolling motor, the screws, there's just a lot of things that fly line can get caught on. So I started looking for, they call them line management systems or stripping buckets. And I found a DIY one on YouTube. It was 75 bucks. And I'm like, hey, it's not bad. It's pretty cheap, because the actual dedicated ones that are made for that are a couple $100 and way out of my price range for learning how to do it. So I thought, why can't I make my own? A couple 5-gallon buckets. Looks just like it. Let's go. So I got my two 5-gallon buckets, and I don't know. I reckon I just got to play with and see which way I want to go. So I mean, there's the basic concept of your stripping bucket. So you can put all your line down in there. But the difference on a 5-gallon bucket is you got basically a 12-inch mouth there versus 10 inches. So you could go, so I'm going to give you 10 inches there. So what I'm thinking is flip them. You get the widest there. You can strip your line down into the widest part. That's the way we're going to go. So, start with, I have to cut that out. So to cut this out, this is what I'm using, a Dremel. It's like a cutting bit. Punch it straight in, follow it all the way around. When I'm doing this, I'm putting pressure towards the outside of it. Quick and easy. Voila. I don't want the handles on them either. So I'm going to remove the handle. You can do it however you want to. I'm sure there's much easier ways to do it, but I'm just cutting them off with a cutoff wheel. And there we have it. Straight through 5-gallon bucket. Now we just got to figure out how to put them together. So I could just run some duct tape around the inside, be done with it. I could heat it and melt them together, or I could go with epoxy. The three things I'm thinking to attach them to fuse both buckets together. So I tried the torch. This already had a hole in it there, but just lightly running heat over it, and that worked out extremely well. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to fuse the buckets with a torch. On the opposite side. What I'm just lightly going over an area. Nice thing with these blue buckets, you can see when the plastic cools down. That's pretty cool. It's coming together. I'm just using that torch to get it, I don't want to get it liquidy, but enough to where they start to get the stretchy fibers and it sticks together. That's still hot. I'm gonna let that cool down and then we'll take a look at it. All right, so here's the final. I'm giving pretty good torque on that. She ain't coming apart, so I mean, it ain't perfect. Got some gaps here and there. I got some good contact there, good through there. But again, this ain't about looking pretty. It's about functionality. All right, let's give it a test, see if it works. So the other thing I'm thinking about while I'm making this is, while I got my fly rod sitting here, while I'm pulling or cruising across the flat, I don't want my fly just dragging. I could just hook it on the side, but I have these little magnets. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to epoxy 4 of them, 4 different spots, and that fly will stick right on the magnet. And then when I'm ready to rock and roll, you can see that a magnet, that fly will hang right there. Just a slight tug, comes right off, and I'm good to go. So I'm going to epoxy those on there, add to it a little bit. So I pre-stuck the magnets to some masking tape, so I can just do all 4 corners and be done with it. Dab on there. Magnet. There we go. We'll let those harden, and we'll see how it comes out. All right, epoxy's kicked. There we go. So now, so you load your bucket with your shot, right? And your fly, instead of dragging in the water or in the bucket getting tangled, you can leave him hang right there. So you're ready to rock and roll, just toss him over, grab your shot, and boom, there you go. You can set your bucket up like that, or you ride in there. That's probably the way I'll run with it. Keeps more line off the water. A little bit slower process to grab it out and go. That seems to be more reasonable. Right there. Pick it up. Boom. There he goes. There we have it. Homemade stripping bucket, line management system, whatever you want to call it. Quick and easy, 2 5-gallon buckets. Burned them together, added some magnets to hold my flies, and I think these buckets are $5 a piece at Home Depot. The magnets are cheap. I think I'm total in $30 maybe with the epoxy, the magnets, and the buckets. Just an idea, if you're thinking of making your own stripping bucket or fly management system, there you go. I will see you on the water. Smash that like and subscribe button so you don't miss me learning how to fly fish for redfish, snook, and trout. Catch you guys later.